Hello, welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. So last we left off, we had finally decided we were gonna go the karma route. Once again, I might play this again once I unlock a different route, because I think you have to choose either karma, rumple, or rod the first time around. And Rumple's a creep, Rod's our stepbrother, so I went with karma. But I wanted to go with Fritz, the guy we saw in the very beginning. But he wasn't unlocked yet, so I'm assuming we have to unlock him. So let's get back into this. Karma Chapter 4. I don't know why I agreed to this when nothing changes. Today I am once again out in town with Karma, running errands. Since we've been partners, he insists on me coming with him every day. Why do you need a new dress? Because a lady needs all kinds of dresses in her closet. Variety is key when you want to make a good impression. Why would you want to make a good impression on people in a disguise? A disguise is meant to conceal you. It does not exist to be flaunted. Oh no, darling, I only wear the disguise to stop the curse from working on people. It's not really meant to conceal anything but the fact that I am a man. Being doted on by a married woman or by a woman in love with another man is especially troubling. Is the curse really that powerful? Karma leads me over to the dress store and our conversation pauses when he goes to the store owner to give the specifications for a new dress. When we leave, Karma suggests going some places to reward me for all my hard work. You're treating me? Why wouldn't I, darling? You've been helping me for a while now. What is this feeling? Gratitude? Karma does owe me for everything that I've done for him, so why do I feel like this? You know, it'd be much easier for you to just help me carry my bags. Oh, there, let's buy one of those cupcakes. Karma cuts through my suggestion easily. Does he really dislike work so much that he'd rather pay me off for helping him? Karma takes me to a stand showcasing all kinds of cupcakes. There's some with colored frosting, others with fancy decorations. Some are especially eye-catching, like bright blue cupcake decorated with little stars. Wow. Anything catch your fancy, ladies? All of them, actually. Alas, I do not think eating them all would be good for my diet. What do you think, Princess? We'll share one. I turn back to the cupcakes, which I realize are big enough to share between two people. Am I choosing one for myself, or one that Karma would like? I guess he's treating me, but two cupcakes catch my eyes. One has a tiny little creature sitting on top of the frosting. It seems to be a little lizard of sorts. Though it's strange, the colors remind me of Karma's dress. The other cupcake is decorated with little white chocolate pearls. Those pearls are small and somehow cute, but Karma might like the other cupcake? Oh, so it's between those two. Which would you like? Fuck. We're getting the one with the lizard. I'll have that one. Oh. The one with the... Oh my, is that a chameleon? A chameleon? It is a chameleon! Oh, that's adorable! Sir, we'll take one of those. I was thinking he'd like it for the colors, not the chameleon, whatever that is. You don't know what a fucking chameleon is? What? What? Lord have mercy. Let's go enjoy this somewhere else, shall we? I picked the right choice. Karma leads me to the middle of the plaza, and the two of us find a table. He walks off to get a fork and knife before returning and handing a set to me. Do we really need a knife and fork to eat a cupcake? So, before we got you dressed, and you distracted me with cupcakes, we were talking about your curse. Were we? It's not an interesting topic. Bro, clearly He doesn't want to go into it. Just leave it alone. I was glad that we'd gotten off that tangent, to be honest. Why don't you want to talk about it? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because it makes him sad or angry, or maybe he likes it? I don't know. You're... Oh my god. You have your secrets just as I do, princess. But the whole point of pairing up is to help each other with our curses. Princess, you want to help me? Only because it's necessary that I help him so he can help me. I haven't made any progress helping you, though. You said you'd provide me with opportunities. I'm not very good at that, am I? I'm sorry, princess. Well, I don't think I've done anything for you, either. But, princess, you've been helping me for the last few weeks. Whether or not it's an obligation, you're still good company. Shock? Good company? No one's ever told me that before. They only chide me for being difficult to speak with. Oh, that is a cute cupcake! Karma starts cutting the cupcake, his knife sliding through the frosting and cake with ease. I've definitely never seen such refined manners for a simple dessert. What was your life like before the curse, princess? I've no need to tell you any of that. If this is an option for a picture when we're done here, I'm using that as a thumbnail. No, it's not necessary, but I'm curious. Would I be doing a good deed in telling him? I don't think so. How about we trade a fact for a fact? You give me a story today, and I'll give you one tomorrow. What makes you think I'm interested in your life? Well, you do keep asking about my curse. Only because we're working on breaking our curses. Okay, then we won't talk about past or any secrets. We could talk about this cupcake instead. What? I forgot to start the what counter. I'll try and remember next time. Why does he always insist on changing the topic? Karma cuts the chameleon on top in half. I notice that he gives himself the head, which is a lot cuter, while I get stuck with the tail. Chameleons are little lizards that can blend into their surroundings. Is he willing to go this far to avoid the subject? If you would listen, he's giving you hints. When I was a child, my father used to call me a chameleon. What? I hid a lot to avoid responsibilities. Oftentimes, no one could find me, not my father nor the servants. If he had servants, then that makes him a noble? You... really... with his dress sense, both as a man and a woman, and the fact that he knows how to fight very well, sword fight, and you're like, oh, I didn't know he was a fucking noble. Like, what? One day, I was out searching for a mythical creature in our garden, and I came upon the chameleon. It was this small, silly little lizard, but I'd only found it because I was looking for something fantastic. The lizard on the cupcake does not seem all that fantastic. My father explained what it was to me, and then he started calling me his silly little chameleon. It was ridiculous, but he said I was always very good at hiding, and so it suited me. What is it, princess? It seems like you're still good at hiding. You hide behind your disguise and keep many secrets. I suppose I'm still a chameleon, then. I don't think that nickname makes any sense. Sometimes they don't have to. Nicknames don't have to make sense to be endearing, princess. Can we please just get back to the subject at hand? Yes, this cupcake. If you insist on sharing a story for a story, then I will tell you something about me. Oh? You didn't seem the type to want to share. I normally don't see any reason for sharing things about my past, no. Mother once told me that to confide in someone else was a weakness. But more than that, I was always worried that others would judge me. No one's ever wanted to listen to me. I know enough about others' opinions of me to know they think I'm the one at fault. Always. I wouldn't judge you, princess. I mean, I wouldn't judge you for not wanting to say anything to me. I divulge nothing to you, after all. A story for a story. That's the deal, right? I expect you to keep it. Or rather, a fact for a fact. It's not like I have to tell him everything, just something about myself. I'll tell you about my life at the palace. It sounds as if it's a secret, though I doubt Karma would understand. You literally just realized Karma is a fucking noble, and you're like, oh, I don't think he'd understand my life at the palace. Like, bitch, what? Ugh. Ever since Mother died, the palace has been a cold place. Why the surprise? Is it because you see Emmeline and Rod and assume we're all one big happy family? I do have to admit that Princess Emmeline seems quite gentle. Prince Rod is quiet, but he seems like an honorable man. When I saw you and the princess at the dress store, Princess Emmeline seemed very nice, is she not? Her kindness is fragile at best. She tries far too hard for it to be genuine. You say that, but do you know that for a fact? No, you never took a second to get to know your stepsister. Her insistence is irritating. I've never wanted to be friends with her. The king took a second wife after my mother died, as if she never mattered to him. Karma is silent and I continue to talk, my emotions loosening my tongue. I had meant to stop there, but words kept coming. The only one who ever showed me any affection in the palace was Mother. No, your mother was a toxic bitch who told you to hide your emotions, not trust anyone, believe everyone is terrible, among many, many other things. That is not affection, that is manipulation. The king never paid much attention to me in the first place, but he treats Rod and Emmeline far better than he's ever treated me. What was your mother like? All of my fondest memories are of her. She was always with me in the palace, teaching me right from wrong. She taught me how to not show weakness, who to speak with. Who to speak with? Needless conversation is useless. People are often very likely to lead you astray. That was the reason I never saw any reason to speak with the townsfolk. And that's where you're wrong. Will you judge me as everyone else does? No, Princess. I'm not judging you. I'm just a little sad. Sad? Why would he be sad? It sounds like you lived an empty life. Thank you! Thank you, Karma. It was not an empty life. But it sounds as if your mother separated you from everyone. It wasn't as if the townsfolk would have accepted me anyway. You don't know that. You just listened to your manipulative bitch-ass mother, who claimed, oh, everyone's gonna hate you regardless, so why even bother? No, that's not necessarily true. I am 27 years old. I have lived 27 years on this earth, and I know that, yes, there are many, many people who will treat you like shit. But those that do not treat you like shit, will not treat you like shit, are the best people to keep with you. Do not let the manipulators, like this character's mother, be the ones to shape your life. And, our main character doesn't need a fucking boyfriend. She needs fucking therapy, is what she fucking needs. Oh, Jesus. Mother said they were not to be trusted. Princess, about your mother. I will not hear you speak ill of my mother. No, I only had a question about your mother. Karma coughs and I pause to stare at him as he clears his throat. What is it? This... Oh, gods. I hear the change immediately. His voice is lower, far lower. The soft gentleness gone. Karma puts a hand to his throat and grumbles. Karma's voice is teetering on the edge of sounding unmistakably male. I've always wondered how he's able to change his voice, but I always forget to ask him about it. What happened to your voice? Oh, it's Miss Karma! Oh, shit. I turn to see a young market girl approaching us. She looks at Karma adoringly. I've always wanted to speak with you, Miss Karma, ever since you complimented my dress that one time in the dress store. Your dress is lovely as always today, Miss Karma. Karma? Miss Karma, are you okay? I'm quite fine. I cannot help but giggle as the girl takes a step back, looking shocked at Karma's now deep voice. Karma curses again in his deep voice before forcing a bright smile on his face. Excuse me, I'm feeling under the weather. And as I try to change the pitch of his voice, but the highness is only annoying rather than soothing now. Oh, I'm sorry. Karma turns to me urgently, but I'm too amused to offer any sort of assistance. What is it, Miss Karma? Karma's face smirks and his eyes glare at me. I laugh once again, not able to help myself. His expression softens, but only slightly. Come on, I think we'd better get going. Karma nods his head. I'll have some explaining to do if we just sit here. Is there nothing I can do to help you two? No, obviously not. I'm sorry. He does not look amused. Why? I'm only trying to get us out of here faster. Leaving. He takes my hand and curtsies politely to the girl as he pulls me away. Karma, you sound sick. It's run out. Run out? The potion that Parfait makes for me. I must have talked too much. You talked too much? Karma puts a finger to his lips as we stroll through town. He shakes his head, making it clear that he won't speak to me until later. Oh no, did I make the wrong choice? When we arrive at the tavern, it's already dark. Karma pauses and turns to look at me. What? You have a nice smile, Princess Carly. I'm glad I could make you laugh. Well, of course I laughed. You sounded ridiculous. It's worth sounding ridiculous just to see you smile. You and Rumple really are the same. They're really not. They're really not. The comment doesn't faze him. He smiles widely as he leaves for his room. Was it the right choice? I'm glad I could make you laugh. I cannot get those words out of my head, even though I'm supposed to be resting for the night. Did I? I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out. I didn't get the little icon, but I don't know if that was a choice where I would get the little icon, so. I think I should go see if Karma's practicing with Jurian or Garland. I leave my room and go down to the reception room. Delora and Parfait let me go to the forest at night alone now, since they know I'm meeting up with Karma. Parfait's in the reception room tonight, reading a book. I was always told reading in the dark was bad for your eyes. Oh, Princess! I didn't see you! I notice that she's closed the book, and I can now read the cover. She's reading Cinderella? That's my fairy tale curse. Great war was caused by the fairy tales, right? Yes, that's right. And yet, you're reading one. The curses are based off of these fairy tales, after all. But why are you reading Cinderella? My curse isn't anything like the fairy tale. It's reversed. True, but the morals remain the same. In order to become Cinderella, you must be good like her. Cinderella had everything handed to her by a fairy godmother. I had everything taken away. Princess, have you truly had everything taken away from you? Compared to what I used to have, what I have now might as well be nothing. You have friendships and people who enjoy your company. No one in this tavern enjoys my company. Karma literally just said he enjoys your company. Are you sure about that, Princess? I think you just have difficulty trusting that we all like you. Like me? Why would you like me? You've become like family here. I haven't been here that long. It doesn't matter. Everyone here at the Marken is family. Family? You're saying that everyone at the Marken is like family? Yes, that's literally what she just fucking said. Princess, you're one of my boarders. You're more than just a regular here. You live with us. So, like I said, you're family. I speak more with the people here than I have ever spoken to my own family. Yeah, I fucking wonder why. In the palace, I was always alone. The only person I could speak with was Fritz. Because you never bothered to try and talk to Emmeline, Rod, your dad, your stepmom. You never bothered to try. Are you going to watch Karma practice? I nod in response. Be safe, princess. As I head to the door, I recall what happened earlier today. Parfait, what's this potion you make for Karma? You mean the potion I make to change his voice? He begged me to help him when he first designed his disguise. Karma makes a beautiful woman, but he didn't think the illusion was complete without a convincing voice. You know how picky he is. Something else on your mind, princess? Karma hides his curse, but you must know the conditions for breaking it, don't you? Parfait does not answer. Or are you also keeping it a secret? Princess Carly, not everyone likes to talk about their curse. I think it would be better if you ask Karma directly. I just don't understand why he won't tell me everything when I'm trying to help. Just as you think your good deeds are difficult, there's also something about Karma's curse that he can't come to terms with. I put my hand to the necklace around my neck. I still haven't performed any good deeds. Can I really do this? I'm going now. I walk out the front door and into the forest. I decide not to think about all this, at least not until later. I wish this was all simpler and that Karma wasn't cloaked in so many secrets. Mother, I went to town today. Oh? I told you not to go into town. Did your father take you? He told me it would be fun. And was it? No, everyone looked angry at me, but I don't know why. I've told you before, haven't I, dearest one? The townsfolk are jealous of you. Jealous? They're bitter about their lot in life, and because of that, they'll seek to use you for your status. You cannot trust them, Carly. You cannot trust anyone but me. Manipulation! Okay, I'm gonna stop. Trusting others will only lead to heartbreak, Carly. You need to only trust me because I will never hurt you. That is false. That is gaslighting. Chapter 5. Something in payback. I've been at the market for a couple months now and I still haven't managed to do a single good deed. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh yeah, I should probably save real quick. Today I went out to town with Waltz to buy ingredients for a parfait. The two of us have both been very quiet, which is uncharacteristic for Waltz. Princess? What? Did Karma explain why he wasn't coming with you today? Princess? Does Waltz not like my company? Is that why he's asking why he had to fill in for Karma? He said he was tired. Oh. Waltz turns his head, his eyebrows furrowing in confusion. The town feels different today. It does? I feel as if there's people watching us. How can you tell? With practice, I have a lot of eyes on me when I'm doing my puppet shows, after all. Even before then, I was used to being watched, I guess. Before you were cursed? Why? Well, I was more conspicuous as an adult, I guess. An adult. Oh, right. You have the Neverland curse. You remembered. Yes, I have the Neverland curse. I told you what that was in the tavern once. My brain did not process that. You're stuck as a child when you should be a man. Right, it's a little inconvenient, but I've gotten used to it. I mean, but at least he looks like 16, 17, somewhere in there. Waltz is so much more straightforward about his curse than Karma. The two of us go into a store where we find the little cups that Parfait asked us to buy. After I pay, Waltz automatically picks up the bags. His home is nice for a change. I've become so accustomed to carrying the bags on my own. So, have you made any progress on your good deeds? You can see from my necklace that I have not. But you've changed. I still don't see how I've changed at all. Karma hasn't taught me anything about doing good. Sometimes, in order to do good, you need to realize some things about yourself first. Maybe Karma's not so bad at helping you with that. He's selfish, flamboyant, and acts as if the world revolves around him. Really? Sound familiar, princess? But you're still partnered with him. I am. I'm okay with Karma's company. Most people judge and shun me. But Karma hasn't done that, and he's even mentioned enjoying my company. I've become more tolerant of him, too. Oh, princess! Walt's his eyes light up as I see him pointing ahead to a crowd of people gathered around the center of town. A woman stands in the middle of the crowd, telling people's fortunes. God, I normally record these episodes for an hour, but I might make this a shorter one, because I'm tired. We should go and see if we can get our fortunes told. Come on. The crowd around the woman only grows larger until nearly half the plaza has been taken up. I find myself pushed around in the crowd as I try to follow Waltz. The crowd is dense, though, and in no time at all, I've lost him. Waltz! I call for him, but I do not see him over the dozens of people in front of me. However, I'm at the outskirts of the crowd. He should be able to find me. I make my way out of the crowd into the edges of an alleyway. But Waltz still does not appear. 10 minutes go by, and I consider walking back into the crowd when I hear a voice behind me. Are you looking for someone, madam? I feel someone grab my hand. I step them away and take a step back. When I turn, I find a man standing behind me in the alleyway. Didn't mean to startle you. What do you want? I hope you return to the palace, Princess Carly. You know who I am? I do, Princess, and I can lead you back to the palace. Who are you? Someone working for the king. But the king does not remember me. The only people that will remember me are witches, fairies, and those with the curse. So, who exactly is this man? You're lying. Princess, why would I ever lie to you? Now, come on. I'm sure everyone at the palace will be very happy to see you. A man grabs my hand roughly and begins trying to pull me through the alleyway. The first thing I try to do is scream, but the man clamps his free hand over my mouth. Kick him. The crowd is getting farther from us, and no one can see us in the shadows. Princess, I swear on my word I'm bringing you back to the palace. Fight back. I have to fight back. Maybe I can still draw people's attention to me. I try to squirm my way out of the man's arms, but it does not work. He chuckles slightly at me until I elbow him in the stomach. For the few moments that I'm free, I try to run, but all too soon the man grabs me again with the same punishing grip over my mouth and nose to stop me from screaming. You're a real feisty one, aren't you? I feel like I might faint. In one last attempt to get free, I tug at the man's hand with my own and manage to shift it just enough until I can bite down on it. Ow! The man screams in pain, his grip finally loosening. I can hear him curse as I run away from him. A few minutes later, I realize that I've gone in the wrong direction. I soon come to a dead end in the alleyway, and I can hear the man running up behind me. What's this I see before me? I could see Karma standing on the rooftop right above us in his disguise, holding a sword, a broad grin on his face. Let's go! Get your man to fight for you! Madam, you might hurt yourself playing with that sword. You might want to put it down. What's this, sir? Do you feel threatened by me? You should. Karma jumps down from the building and raises the sword in front of him. His eyes are angry. His earlier jovial personality has fallen away. Anyone that attacks a lady has to pay for the crime. Karma rushes forward, moving faster than I could see, even in his long dress. The glint of the sword causes the man to fall backwards, loosening his grip on me. I step back from the man's hold and watch as Karma points his sword at the man's neck. Now, I have a sword, and you do not. Do you really want to test your luck, sir? Ugh, this isn't worth it. The man runs off, leaving me alone with Karma in the alleyway. What's this? You were a lot cockier just a few moments ago. I breathe out slowly as relief washes over me. Princess! Waltz approaches from where the man had run. So, did you meet the coward fellow on your way here? I bumped into a man who looked as if he was running from death. Yep, that was him. Oh my, I feel oddly accomplished. Karma and Waltz's voices become faded and indistinct as my vision blurs. I'm suddenly light on my feet. All the adrenaline from earlier has dissipated into thin air. I feel tired. I'm always tired. I've been tired since I was 16. Princess! English. Before I can collapse, I feel arms pulling me back up. Rest easy, Princess Carly. I close my eyes and fall into blackness. When I wake up, Anise is setting a tray of food down on my bedside table. She does not notice as I rise slowly from bed. Anise? Oh, Princess, you're up. We were worried about you. Lady Delora and Lady Parfait said you were just out because of shock, but still. How long have I been asleep? Just a few hours, Princess. Don't worry about chores for now. Lady Delora says that if you're feeling better later, you can use Mr. Broom. Just thinking about using Mr. Broom gives me a headache. Where are Karma and Waltz? Waltz is getting into town looking for the man that captured you. And Karma? I think he might be in his room, Princess. He's got patrol tonight, so he's resting a little bit. He has patrol tonight. That must mean he was resting this morning, too. How did he know I needed help? Do you need anything, Princess? No, I'm gonna visit Karma. Huh? What? To thank him? However he knew, if Karma hadn't been there, things would not have ended so well. Yes. That's sweet, Princess. Oh, Lady Delora wants to talk to you about what happened when you're feeling up to it. Okay. I wait until Anise leaves the room before I follow after her. It's only after I exit my room that I realize I don't know where Karma's room is. Anise must have assumed that I already knew with us being partners and all. It's fine. I don't need Anise's assistance for this. I can find Karma's room on my own. It takes me some time, but I eventually find a room with his name on the door, in careful, flowery letters. It suits him. I simply open the door without thinking to knock. Is she gonna walk in on him shirtless? Because I'm kind of down for that. Yes! I expected to find Karma laying in bed, but he instead is staying in front of the mirror changing his clothes. Yes! I love this trope so fucking much. Oh my god, it's so hilarious. Princess? Oh. I don't think I've ever seen a shirtless man before. Oh my god. That's great. Oh, indeed. He turns to me and the realization is that he is standing here in just his pants. It hits me hard in the stomach. My face feels incredibly, uncomfortably warm. Why are you just standing there? Put on your clothes! Then I notice the large tattoo on his chest. Yep. It's a rose ensnared by many vines. I stare at it for a few moments before Karma puts a hand there to conceal it. It's rude to come into a lady's room unannounced, you know. Karma slips his usual dress on carefully over his head, then approaches me. I take a step back without realizing. Karma raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me mischievously. It's a familiar look, but it rattles me now more than it ever has before. My princess! My princess! You're as red as a tomato. Are you okay? Does this man always need to point out the obvious? I'm fine. There's no need to shout, darling. Now, what do you come here for? To see me, the beautiful Karma? Does everything always have to revolve around you? Well, you are breaking into my room, and you did just see him shirtless. I'm barely able to stifle a sigh. Well, I cross my arms in front of him. A smile makes it hard to get my next words out. I came here to thank you. Oh. Do my ears deceive me? What did you say, Princess? Princess, thank you for saving me. I saw you fight back. That was a very admirable attempt. You saw me? Yes, as you were coming to the end of the alleyway. But I didn't manage to escape. It doesn't matter, Princess. You certainly made the effort. But I digress. You're quite welcome, Princess. It was my pleasure. I should leave. Wait, what? I turn to leave, but Karma grabs my hand and pulls me back. But Princess, don't you owe me something? So Karma was expecting something in return after all. I should have known. I think you owe me an apology. You did come into my room unannounced after all. What's he talking about? Since you broke into my room, I demand you help me with my makeup. Then I'll forget your transgression. Your makeup? Yes, darling. I thought you were resting because you were going on patrol tonight. Resting? Nonsense! I have too much to do. My makeup earlier was so messy that I washed my face in order to reapply it. I cannot believe I'm going to agree to this. Fine. Oh, what a splendid day today is. Come, Princess, let's do this by a mirror. Karma pulls me over to the mirror where I can see both of our faces reflected. He has a surprising variety of makeup on the dresser beside him. I don't even care that much for my appearance. Why am I helping Karma with his makeup? Now, which feature on the face do you think is the most important one to highlight, Princess? What are your eyes attracted to most on a person's face? When they're laughing? When they smile? Why is he asking me for my opinion on something so trivial? If someone was smiling, the first feature I would look at on their face is... probably the eyes. I always look at a person's eyes first. So, the eyes? Eyes are the mirrors to your soul, as they say. Does that mean you always look into my eyes, Princess? The minute he says that, I look into his eyes. Karma flutters his eyelashes at me, and I look back down and grumble. Also, can we talk about how men always have very nice eyelashes, and, like, it's not fair? It's not fair. Like, why? Why did you guys get the nice eyelashes when the ladies gotta fucking either put on mascara or put on lash extensions or whatever? Why do y'all get the nice eyelashes? Make it make sense. Was that a trick? Made you look. What do you think? Think? Of my eyes. Do they draw you in? I've never looked at Karma's eyes closely, but now that he keeps talking about them, I can't help but look closer. They are a very pretty green. Yeah, his eyes are a pretty color. You don't have to answer that, Princess. I'm just kidding. Of course. Your eyes, on the other hand, are beautiful. You and Rumple really are the same person. You both spout nonsensical compliments. Okay, but Rumple's a creep about it. That's the difference. I feel like Karma is, like, genuinely a nice person, genuinely means their compliments. Rumple just does it to get in someone's pants. Nonsensical? Oh, Princess, I'm so offended. I mean what I say, unlike that fool. Anyway, I'll let you choose the order of things. Fine. Just don't make me look like a clown, Princess. I know how much you like to tease me, but I need to get out of here quickly today. If you need to leave quickly, shouldn't you do your makeup yourself? And miss the opportunity to have you help me? Nonsense! If I can, I'll have you help me with my hair some other time. The way you do yours is beautiful. I always put effort into my hair, as Mother always emphasized the importance of looking like a princess. But I've never received a compliment on my hair before. Karma gives me his makeup supplies, and I start layering the color on his face. When we're this close, I cannot help but carefully inspect every one of his features. I don't think I even did something like this with Mother. You know, Princess, I don't think I deserve your thanks. I pause and raise an eyebrow at him. What? You've been helping me for a while, and I haven't helped you with your curse at all. What I did today was just a coincidence. Coincidence? I heard you went to town with Waltz, and I followed you two. I only happened to catch what happened in the alleyway. You managed to see me, even when there were many other people who didn't? I have good eyes, probably. Probably. It's not like you to be so humble. Carly, I'm once again offended. And why were you following us in the first place? You said you were too tired to go into town today. I was worried? It was strange not accompanying you today. Worried? Why would you be worried? Karma looks puzzled for a few minutes. He glances at himself in the mirror solemnly, then shrugs. Intuition, perhaps. Waltz mentioned something about feeling watched. Is there something that Waltz and Karma are watching out for that I am not? Karma closes his eyes momentarily, and I take the opportunity to dust his eyes with eyeshadow. He does not seem to mind. Princess, you haven't spoken about what happened today with Delora or Parfait, have you? No, not yet. You came to thank me first? Yes. Oh. Karma falls into silence as I continue to work, sweeping the blush on his high cheekbones. Princess, do you know anything about the man who tried to drag you away today? No, he said only that he worked for the king before telling me he would take me back to the palace. I wonder how he recognized you. I was wondering that myself. How curious and alarming. The only ones who should pose a problem at this time are witches. Witches? What do they want with me? Well, I only mean that witches are the only ones who can see through our curses. So that man spoke with a witch? It's possible. But why? Why would the witches want me back at the palace? Or was that man trying to lead me somewhere else? I suppose either way, the man couldn't have wanted to bring me back to the palace for a good reason. Is it possible that a witch gave a commoner a description of you? But then why would... Karma stops talking and looks at me with something like sympathy. Sorry, I'm just running my head for ideas. Are the witches really so dangerous? And what do they want with me in the first place? Rest assured, Princess, we'll figure this out. I nod my head slowly. I have a lot of questions for Delora and Parfait, but it's possible that even they might not know everything. I'll need to think on my own as well, just in case they decide to keep more of their secrets. I look at Karma and shake my head. Next time I'll be more wary. I won't let myself be caught unaware. Before I realize that Karma has his hand on my cheek and is staring at me solemnly. His eyes are as cold and unmoving as steel. Princess, there won't be a next time. That's what I said! Next time, I'll make sure that you're definitely not alone. See, this protective can fight in a dress? Come on! Come on! This is, like, if you have seen Once Upon a Time, this is a man that will have a baby on one arm, have a baby in one hand, sword fight with the other hand, and get that baby to safety. Okay? Like... Had I been alone today, I might have actually been kidnapped. I know that, but I cannot show weakness. I just need to be more cautious. I'm not some damsel in distress, you know. Having someone at your back is far more comforting. Even on a battlefield, knights fight better together. What's wrong? Nothing. He moves his hand away from my face and stands up, sighing. His eyes look suddenly distant, and his posture is stiff. I think we're about done here, right? I haven't finished your makeup, though. Wait, why am I even concerned about that? Oh, sometimes simple is better. Or would you like me to sit back down? I do enjoy being pampered by you, Princess. I take it back. We're definitely done. Good. Thank you for your hard work. In an instant, the mood changes, and a bright smile once again graces Karma's face. As much as I hate to do this, I'm gonna have to leave you, darling. I have business in town and then patrol later tonight. I probably won't see you for the rest of the day, but thank you. He's thanking me for putting on his makeup? It was such a small thing. You're welcome. You already thanked me, though. Well, now you can tell I'm twice as thankful as the normal person. That doesn't make any sense, but it's karma. A lot of things he says don't make any sense. I leave the room with Karma and he leaves the tavern as I go find Parfait and Ballora. The two of them are seated together in the reception, speaking in hushed voices when I arrive. They both pause to look up at me as I walk into the room. Well, if it isn't the princess. Took you long enough to come see us. Niece told us you were unharmed. We're glad to see you safe, princess. So, how about telling us what happened? Okay, I've got to get off here now. It is 9:03, and I need to get up a little earlier tomorrow. So, let's save. And, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, hit the like button. If you'd like to see more, hit the subscribe button, as well as the bell icon to get notified when I post. Sharing the video, we appreciate it as well. I've got a link tree in the description if you'd like to support me in any way, shape, or form. It's got my Wattpad and Archive of Our Own, which will have my writing on it eventually. It also has my Throne wish list, which has some stuff to help me make better videos for you all. And a few other ways you can support me if you so desire. But aside from that, that's all for tonight. Thank you again, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.